When love turns into betrayal, the consequences can be deadly. Olivia was 9 months pregnant, full of dreams and excitement. At the same time, her husband, Richard, was busy entertaining his mistress in a luxury hotel across town. That night, Olivia went into labor alone. Hours later, tragedy struck. She didn't survive the delivery. At her funeral, the mistress smirked, whispering cruel words about how she won. But just when it seemed she had everything, the doctor revealed a shocking secret that would shatter her world forever. Watch till the end, you won't believe what happened next. Wait a second. Tell us where you're watching from in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Olivia Parker had always been the kind of woman who saw the best in people. She worked as a nurse, cared for her patients like family, and adored her husband, Richard, a wealthy businessman with charm and ambition. Their marriage seemed perfect, at least from the outside. Behind closed doors, though, cracks had started to form. Richard's late nights, hushed phone calls, and sudden business trips didn't add up. Olivia felt it in her heart. Something was wrong. But her love made her blind to the truth. She focused on preparing the nursery, folding tiny clothes, and writing letters to the child she was about to meet. It was supposed to be the happiest time of her life. Yet destiny had other plans. Plans written in betrayal, loss, and an unexpected twist no one could have predicted. As her due date approached, Olivia's body grew weaker. The stress of loneliness and Richard's distance weighed on her like a silent burden. Every time she called him, he was busy. He wasn't. Across town, Richard was with Cassandra, his young assistant, who saw Olivia's kindness as weakness and Richard's marriage as a game she could win. That night, a thunderstorm rolled through the city. Olivia's water broke suddenly. Alone, frightened and in pain, she drove herself to the hospital through sheets of rain. Nurses rushed her in as she whispered Richard's number, begging someone to call him. But Richard's phone was off, tucked in a hotel drawer next to a half-empty champagne glass. Hours later, the delivery went wrong. The baby's heart rate dropped and complications arose. Despite the doctor's efforts, Olivia's heart couldn't take it. At 2:43 a.m., she was gone. When Richard finally arrived, hours too late, he found his wife's lifeless body and a single newborn daughter crying beside her. The guilt hit him like a tidal wave. But Cassandra? She only rolled her eyes, whispering that Olivia wasn't strong enough. Her cruelty would soon come back to destroy her. Days later, at the funeral, Cassandra appeared wearing black, pretending to mourn. She stood beside Richard, her hand on his arm, while whispers filled the church. Olivia's family glared in disbelief, knowing who she was. When the ceremony ended, Cassandra leaned close and sneered, "Guess I'm the wife now." Her smugness didn't last long. As they left, a nurse ran toward Richard, breathless, holding an envelope from the hospital. It was from Dr. Hayes, the one who delivered the baby. Inside was a letter and a photograph. The doctor had written, "Olivia gave birth to twins. The second baby is in the NICU, alive and stable. She asked me to tell you something if she didn't make it." Richard's knees buckled. Cassandra's smirk vanished. Dr. Hayes's voice trembled as she finished reading Olivia's words. "Tell my husband to be better. Tell my children their mother forgave him." Richard collapsed, realizing the depth of her love even in death. But Cassandra's life unraveled overnight. The media exposed the affair, clients abandoned Richard's company, and she became the woman known for laughing at a dead mother. Months later, Richard left everything to raise the twins alone, naming them Hope and Grace, the last gifts Olivia ever gave him. Sometimes the universe doesn't punish instantly. It waits until the guilty believe they've escaped. Olivia's love became eternal, her forgiveness a mirror that haunted Richard forever. And Cassandra learned that when you laugh at someone's pain, karma doesn't forget. It simply waits. After the funeral, silence filled the Parker mansion. The scent of flowers faded, leaving behind an emptiness Richard couldn't escape. Every corner of the house carried Olivia's presence, her laughter in the kitchen, her favorite book on the nightstand, the unfinished baby blanket she had been knitting. Each reminder cut deeper than the last. At night, Richard couldn't sleep. He replayed every moment, the ignored calls, the excuses, the lies. The hotel room with Cassandra, the drink in his hand, the phone buzzing again and again with Olivia's name flashing across the screen. He had silenced it. He had chosen betrayal over love. Now that silence echoed louder than thunder. Meanwhile, Cassandra grew restless. She thought Richard would move on quickly, marry her, and forget the past. Instead, he became withdrawn, haunted, and consumed by guilt. The company began to crumble as clients left after rumors about the scandal spread. Cassandra blamed Olivia, even in death. She mocked her online, posting cryptic messages about weak women who couldn't handle life. It was cruel, heartless, and soon costly, because the internet remembers everything. When one of Olivia's nurse friends saw the posts, she shared the truth, screenshots, dates, and details of the affair. Overnight, Cassandra's name flooded the internet. The mistress who laughed at a dead mother became a trending headline. Her career was destroyed. Doors closed in her face. Even her own parents cut contact. But the real punishment came from within. A few weeks later, Richard returned to the hospital to see the second baby, tiny, fragile, yet breathing. She opened her eyes for the first time, and for a split second, he saw Olivia in her. The nurse handed him the infant gently and whispered, "Your wife fought for her. She refused to give up until she knew this baby would survive." Tears streamed down Richard's face. For the first time in his life, he prayed. He named the baby Grace, because that's what Olivia had shown him, even when he least deserved it. He sold his luxury cars, the mansion, and even the company. He moved to a quiet town and started over, raising his daughters alone. He volunteered at the same hospital where Olivia once worked, donating in her memory. Every year on her birthday, he visited her grave with the twins, telling them stories about the woman who taught him what love truly meant. Years passed. The twins grew up strong and kind, living proof that love could rise from tragedy. Richard often wondered whether Olivia could see them and whether she would forgive him completely. He'd never know, but he hoped. And Cassandra? She vanished from the spotlight, rumored to be living alone in another city, drowning in regret. People whispered that she sometimes visited a small church, lighting candles for the woman she once mocked. Maybe guilt had finally found her.